Yep, he back in there.
The back in second Ezra's 16:11. It said the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shah shall threaten, and who should not be utterly beat to powder in his presence. The earth creaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea rises up with the waves from the deep.
Hey, that's scary, man. And you saw that on what was that? With Tom Cruise, was it World
War
Was it War of the Worlds or was it World War Z? No, World War Z was with Brad Pitt. War of the Worlds is Tom Cruise. When he was running down the street and those chariots were shooting out them lasers and people just evaporating into powder. Man, that's what's gonna happen, man. For all these niggas walking around here proud, talking about they don't fear. You know what I'm saying? The Lord coming just for you.
It said the earth creaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
So you know when the Lord, when he break through the spiritual realm with that amount of power coming into this realm, we already explained how the earth gonna quake. Earthquakes cause tsunamis. So you're gonna have super there. You got what they call the big ones, the big tsunamis. Tsunamis, yeah, with the big waves, tsunamis. I'm trying to extra edify myself.
Ultra tsunamis.
Ultra tsunamis. They're gonna be tall as mountains, man. You know, like the earth gonna be shaking the way that it's never been shaken before ever, man. Just at the Lord's presence. It said, who shall not utterly be beaten to powder at what? At his presence. At his presence, man. You know, so what's up with this love Lord? This love God? We don't read about that God as much as we read about his wrath. You read way more about the Lord's wrath in the scriptures than you do about his love. I wonder why.
Then when I do read about love, it's talking about chastening and stuff.
Yeah. Like even the love talking about, you know, the rod, right? Because, you know, like the love that we really getting is correction. You know, the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. He knew that we weren't going to be able to keep all of them. Everything the Lord ever done, he already knew what the consequences of us trying to follow him was gonna be, man. You know, he knew what he was doing when he put the serpent in the garden, man. You know.
And then when we say that kind of stuff, people always get this puzzled look on their face, like we just like murdered children or something. And then they always ask that dumbass question: what Bible y'all reading?
Because if you ain't preaching,
if
you ain't preaching love according to them, you're not preaching the Bible.
Yeah, that's what makes me wonder what Bible they're reading.
I got one. It's Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall rail to and fro like a drunken, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That going to how the Lord comes back, man. How the earth going to shake. You know how like a drunk man just walk, he unstable.
Yep.
That's all it is, man. How the Lord come back.
It's also talking about when the nukes hit.
Right.
You know, because when the atom bomb was dropped,
get that Joel from me,
when the atom bomb was dropped on Japan twice, they said that they felt earthquakes here in America. So how much more when it's 200 million? Yeah, you might start rotating. You might get two full rotations in one day. Cause it's just.
Hey, and how the Lord say he's gonna come back in the midst of all of that? So as missiles are hitting the earth, the Lord coming back while that's going on. He say, I've come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? So you know the fire that's gonna be kindled is the fire. His spirit and those missiles hitting the earth. So when his spirit hit the earth, he gonna physically hit the earth. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come into the earth realm at the same time that World War III Armageddon is going on, man. That's what the brother was just reading in the second Ezra, man.
Yeah, he's coming to burn fire. He's gonna set fire on.
He gonna set fire on fire. That's why I say hell and death will cast into the lake of fire. So if hell is this mythological place that you burn forever at, how is a place of fire gonna get cast into fire? Some preacher, Baptist preacher, please explain. We challenge you.
Oh, fuck. And did Joel, where you want to start it?
Or Calvinist or whatever the hell denomination you is, we don't care.
I'm going to start at 9 now. Joel 2 and 9. That shall 1, 2, and 4 in the city. That shall 1 upon the wall. That shall climb up upon the houses. That shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
And it's gonna be people running from judgment. Because in the day of the Lord, everybody gonna be scared out of their mind when the Lord comes. Especially a lot of these people who think the Lord is a so-called white man. Go ahead.
The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Yep, because the impact from those missiles, all right, gonna cause a lot of radiation, man. A lot of smoke, mushroom clouds.
Nuclear winter.
Nuclear winter, yeah. You gotta understand, 200 million missiles, that much impact hitting the earth at one time,
Yeah.
you know? And then it could be broad daylight. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna get dark out here real quick, man.
Those storm clouds covering the sky.
Yeah.
They show you on that the TV show, the 100s. They're out of space and they're sending like juveniles down to Earth to see if they inhabitants. There's no punishment, you know. To see if they inhabitants to come back. That's it. It ain't just a nuclear destruction, man. These don't know the truth. These don't fucking fear. Hey, they say the devil's still the truth.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so the devil, like, yeah, that's beautiful. Because it say even the devil fear. But this nigga up here talking about he don't fear. Nigga, okay. All right. We gonna test that theory.
Hey, this why, hey, y'all about I gotta come back, man. Cause don't nobody respect our power, man.
Too much pride.
It's too much pride, man. You know? Ain't fear in the truth, man. Y'all don't fear our Lord, man. But this it's like Joel 2 and 10, 2 and 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army.
Talking about the angels. The Lord gonna utter his voice before his army. Talking about the host of heaven. When you go into the word army, it's tazabah, which means host. Okay?
It said, for his count is very great, for he is a strong that executed his word, for the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
Man, I don't read that in church, man.
Hey, great and terrible.
The day of the Lord is great and terrible.
Hey,
They can tell you how great, they always tell you how great the return of the Lord gonna be, but they just seem to forget that other word, terrible.
they don't know who's it gonna be great for.
You're right.
Hey, and when a Christian might read that, they might get mind broken. How can something be great and terrible?
Yeah. Two-edged sword.
We serve a dreadful power, man. Hey, what is saying, what? Look at Ecclesiastes. The first step to be accepted of the Lord is to fear him.
The first step.
That's the first step.
I love him. He don't want your love. Fuck the money. I don't want your money. I want to whoop your ass. He don't want your love. He wants your fear, man.
And that fear go with love, man. You know? Because you fear somebody, you going to do what he said. You going to obey his voice. That's why the Lord said, you love me, keep my commandments, man.
Fear is better than love.
That's it, man. That's why I say, Jeremiah, fear ye not me, my chump. No, let me get it, man.
Especially when you got a righteous king, when you got a righteous ruler. You know, you can, like America, these kings of this earth, they're feared by the inhabitants of the earth. But guess what? It's not a righteous rulership. So the fear is not bringing any love. See, the Lord, he requires fear, so that the balance of the Lord's fear is love. Because the Lord say obey him, and basically everything else gonna fall in place. Whatever you desire, he gonna give you simply if you obey him. But you gotta fear the fact that if you do not obey him, that he'll destroy you.
Right. It's like a fatherly love, you know? Your dad will tell you to do something because it works for your benefit. Clean your room so everything's organized, you know where shit is. If you don't, you'll start running late. You'll be undisciplined. You won't know where stuff is.
See, in this world, Esau is the father of this world. This world belongs to the devil, and you can do everything that he requires of you, and he still ain't fair. You know, you still gonna get messed over. You know.
And if you don't fear nobody, you ain't gonna listen to him. That's it, man.
Yup.
So when he talking about he don't fear, he don't believe in judgment. When Jacob's trouble come, he gonna fucking fear, man. When the Lord brings judgment, he see death everywhere he go, man. You know, he gonna fucking fear in that day, man. He ain't eating in that day, man. Stomach touching his back. You know? He gonna fucking fear.
Yeah, this is Amos 5. Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. And that means death, destruction. You trying to wait on the Lord, man. Trying to put him on your time. Alright, the Lord gonna come back in this time. He don't come back in this time, I don't believe he coming. That type of mentality, man.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. We serve a dreadful power, man. A terrible demon-like power, man. You don't fear that? What do you fear then, man? You fear Esau, I know that.
As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
It's judgment, man. It's judgment.
Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
It's plain and simple, man. You can't escape your judgment. You know? The Most High wants you to die, you go die, man. On his time, man. It's plain and simple, man.
And he wants a lot of people to die.
Hey, that's it.
They say many more of them. Yeah. No, I can't say it better than the scriptures, but many more people gonna die than it's gonna be saved. I want you to finish that Joel for me, because I want the part where it say, thrust ye in the sickle and reap.
Okay.
But you can get that Ezra's first. You know, just hold on that Joel. I ain't done with that yet. We still get precepts.
I'm reading this how we get that. Jeremiah 5 and 22. Fear ye not me, said the Lord, will ye not tremble in my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree, that they cannot pass it, and through the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Do they war, yet cannot pass over.
Yep, talking about how the waves rock to and fro, but they don't go past their boundaries. It's like when Yahushua was standing in the boat and he stopped basically it was like a hurricane, man. You know, he stopped the waters from raging. He said, what manner of man is this? That even how I go? He said, what manner of man is this that even the sea obeys his command, you know? So, hey, you think about the earth is mostly water, man. You know, 2/3 of the earth is water, man. Yeah. The Lord control, and water is so powerful that it takes on the shape of anything.
Bruce Lee.
Huh?
That's a quote from Bruce Lee. Where he says, "Be like water, my friend."
Be like water.
He says it can flow, it can crash,
Yep.
it can take on a shape.
Yep.
Be like water, my friend.
Because if water gets out of control, it completely overtakes whatever in its path. You know? That's why when a dam breaks, hey, all hell breaks loose. Everything that is in the path of that dam, that water coming from the floor of that dam, hey, it gets wiped out, man. You know? But yet the Lord has everything in its perfect place. And you're not gonna fear that.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 15. I have said before and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish
There'll be many more of them that perish
than of them which shall be saved.
than of them which shall be saved.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop. So that's the comparison of how many people gonna be saved when the Lord comes back versus the amount of people that's gonna be destroyed. The wave represents the amount of people that's gonna be destroyed. The drop of water represents the amount of people that's gonna be saved.
And you don't feel that?
You don't fear that?
Come on, man.
It's right down here on the right.
Come on, man.
They said, what you say, Joel?
Keep going. It may be 3 and 13.
How you go?
Say thrust ye in the sickle and reap. I thought it was in 2. It may be in 3. Let's see.
Yeah, it's Joel 3.
So yeah, you can jump. You can jump to 3. Yep. Started
Joel 3:12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen around about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is reaped. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fence overflow, for the wickedness is great.
so I'll give Revelation 14 and 14 and start at 15.
Okay, kind. Revelation 14 and 15. And another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud.
Now, who is that talking about? That sat on the cloud. It's talking about the one that the word English called Jesus Christ. All right? Sitting on that ship that we just read about in Ezra's. All right? So everything's coming back around.
Thrust in thy sickle and reap.
He said, thrust in thy sickle and reap.
For the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest is of the earth is ripe.
All right, he's talking about what is the Lord coming to harvest? Spirits. All right, the Lord coming to harvest. It's time for these wicked spirits to receive their judgment. It's time for the righteous spirit to receive their judgment. Keep going, Zah.
It says, and he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped.
Yep.
And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out.
So it said he also had a sickle. So it's 2 angels. It said another one came out, he had a sickle, and another one came out, he had a sickle. Go ahead. Go to the blue letter, look up that word sickle. One of you brothers.
And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire.
Which had power over what?
Fire. And cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sickle, thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. So that fire, he said,